Last time in the nuclear power plant, things were running smoothly. And I gotta say, with everything that I've built over here and how complex it is, I am shocked in the fact that it has been running so good for so long. I thought it was gonna mess up. I thought something bad was gonna happen. But alas, it looks amazing and it looks wonderful. But there's just one part of it that needs to be finished. And in this episode, that's what we're going to be working on. So, all things considered, as you can see, we're making 684,000 megawatts of power. So, just a little bit of power. That's not too bad. And as you might, think, this is the last little bit that actually needs decoration. For the most part, everything should be good. It should already be done. It looks fantastic, right? Wrong. If you know me and know exactly how crazy I am, then you'll know that I want to kind of like look at everything. Do I want to build any spectacular extra little feats? Do I want to change anything up? Do I want to add in any crazy giant circles in the sky? Okay, I might kind of want to put a giant circle in the sky. That's beside the point. Or maybe this train thing that goes over here. Do I want to Mr. Bean? If there's a train coming, I'm not going to save you. Okay, good. God, this guy's like living on the edge and whatnot. Yeah, can't predict the beans. That should be on a t-shirt. But anywho, I want to look at stuff like this. Maybe there's something else that I could like change this up as. And kind of just go through everything little by little just to make sure this power plant is complete. Because once it's done, I do not want to come back here whatsoever. See, Mr. Bean, you almost lost your life there. That was crazy. So without further ado, where's a good place to start? Entrance-wise, that does look pretty good. Front of it looks nice. I can't complain about any issues here other than these aren't up and running. But the real question is, do I want them? I could just kind of leave them like so and not worry about them. I think the first part will probably be this side of the base right here, trying to get the rest of the walls and that looking good. Yeah, let's go over there and take care of that. All right, here we go. So we got these pillars in the middle, so I kind of do really want to maybe put this actually, instead of having that vertical, what if right here we have these extend down, then we go vertical? I think that would look better than just having it kind of going out. And then it would kind of give us a little bit more depth. And then we'll put something in between each and every one of them, which what we could do if we grab foundations. Good thing I like to do is like kind of like something like this. Or hold control. Get me something, and we'll go vertical down like here. What if we do something stupid like this? Hold on. Okay, it's not too bad. And then what if I had something like lighting in the center? So it kind of looks like it's holding it together. Ooh, what'd be really cool? Let's go to, what is it, the 1-1? 1-1? 1-1? Default. I can kind of make it like that. No. I mean, it's nice because it makes it a circle, but no. Wish we had something else rounded. Ooh, what would be cool? Where is logistics? If I put, can I put this underneath? No. Oh, I can put it like that. What I can do is, okay, so what if we do this? We'll go all the way up. And then you're over here. And we'll go you up. And then 3E. We'll start with here. Round. Maybe skip one? Kind of have these over here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is going to be fun. And the best part about it is we can make them really bright. This is going to go good. Okay. So, that takes care of the big wall, which is nice. Although I didn't get this area over here. But yeah, it's a little too difficult to show each individual one on how I did it. I showed you kind of the circly thing, and then of course this bright light. If you haven't seen that before, I did it for my wonderful, crazy looking tower up there with the signs and everything like that. I'll go over in a second after I'm out of photo mode, but let me show you some of the other ones. This is just a nice little blueprint. Have it over here. You can see that. That's neat. That fills up a bunch of space. Oh, we put some vents up at the top, just kind of give it a little thing. Each one of these pillars seemed a little bland, so add in a little decoration, nothing special, just, you know, Mark 6 or some lights. And then we put some, what's it called? What do we call it? Small billboards in the back of here. So we got small billboards here, hyper tubes, kind of nothing special. It's just kind of like for decoration and whatnot. This adds extra water for some fluid buffers and everything. Once this gets filled up, it'll just kind of help the water stay, but I don't really need it. It's just kind of decoration. These things aren't even actually hooked up to this pipe. They're just also for decoration. I thought, you know, purple lights, why not? Oh yeah, and then this right here, if you've never done it for conveyor belt, so conveyor belt Mark 6 is the only one that does it. But if you do it for a regular conveyor belt Mark 6, so like, let's say I go from like here to here, or maybe this way to this way would probably be better. A regular conveyor belt just kind of goes and, you know, it is what it is. And then as you color it, depending on what color you have, depends on, like, you know, how it looks. But the second color is the one that makes it completely bright. Yeah, so if you've never done one of these, you'll have all these color swatches over here. If you want just white, you go 0, 0, and then you change this, but normally you can only change it up to 1. So you have to type in here manually by double clicking, like 100 or whatever. And if you want, you can change it to a color, and then you can change it to whatever color you want. So like, let's say you want a green, get there, there we go, select color. And now I have a cool green. So if I go G, so I can actually just do that, I can have the, okay, maybe green. We're going green. We're going green on this one. I don't care. Ooh, that is sick. All right, yeah. But see, that right there, that is amazing. That is so much fun to do. And it's great because, like, when you look at it from the side, you don't see it very much, but when you look at the top from bottom, so as you get different angles, you get different brightness on it, which is kind of really cool. And I like it. It adds some really bright lights, especially from far away. And then I put in these beautiful power storages in here, not because it just helps me, you know, fly a little bit further away, but also it looks kind of cool, especially when they get kicked on. So yeah, that is one corner. Now I just need this little area over here, which means I might have to get rid of all these trees. So unfortunately the Lorax is not going to be happy with me. And then I could just kind of do something little simple, right, I think. Well, this one's going to be more difficult because I don't know what kind of feel I want from this edge area. I don't know what it is, but some of these areas you get like a kind of feel for them and you're like, oh, that works perfectly. Like having those pillars in the middle there. But something like this, I don't know. Oh yeah, also I gotta fix the power so I can fly over here. That would be nice. You know, sometimes just a simple thing kind of sets off the rest of it. With the glass, the lights and everything, and the symbol that kind of looks like Spider-Man, that's beside the point, but damn does that look good. Look, even Mr. Bean's trying to get a better look. But yeah, I think that takes care of this whole edge right here. I freaking love it. Now I just have to do the same thing on the other side, which is kind of a huge pain in the butt. And then figure out how to do this little area right here. Which is weird because there's so much like dead space on some of this stuff. It's kind of like, do I add something or do I just leave it? Like, for example, the front of these, what is it, power plants. Do I leave this area just open? Do I build like a little fence or something like that? Oh, this is the problem with the final build when you're trying to figure out every little edging to it and every little section. Because then you're like, okay, do I add extra or do I go simple? Do I go over designed or do I bring it, you know, together? Like, it has to be cohesive, but at the same time, it's got to show interest. I still have one of these. I could try to put this into place and see how this goes. All right, come on, get in the right spot right there. And okay, how's this look from the outside? Not too bad. I just gotta find a way to kind of like taper it off. And it does make sense to have it a little bit open here. Ooh. Alright, let's go for it and see how I can get it cohesive. Behold the second side, which kind of make this look like it's complete. Like, as you look at the edge of this, wait, hold on. Can I? Yep. How high can I go? About here. So let's go and we'll decouple that. So as you can see from this, if you look over, it looks just gorgeous. From one side to the other with the smoke, the beams, everything, it just looks insane. And it looks complete. It looks done. Like, there shouldn't be much that I can add. The worrisome part is this stuff that's on the ground, and I want to look inside. Why does this always do this? Every time I get out of photo mode, it just drops me down. Like, screw you, this is gonna happen. Okay, inside looking in, or inside looking out, or just inside. Everything looks really good. I don't want to put too much detail in because I'm not going to be in here looking around, but if I, you know, give a tour, I mean, everything's pretty much set. Oh, that looks sick from the inside as well. I was thinking, do I have to put anything in here? Because the other option would be like these sideways. Maybe something like that? I don't know. I'll leave it for now and then just kind of leave it going. There is a little bit of dead space in between here. Stuff like this. Should I leave or do something with it? I'll leave it for you guys in the comment section. Let me know. Does this need more like fine tuning or is it just fine the way it is? Yeah, this was the first section that I really focused on. Also that, you know, power plant not pulling up kind of makes me worrisome as well. How's my power situation? Oh, it dipped. Why did it dip? Okay, so 684. I really forgot to check to see how efficient half of these are. Because like you look at this one, it's like 98% efficient, and this one is 98% efficient. Is it 98% efficient because of the water or the fuel? And it looks like it might be because of the fuel, which means I am not producing these wonderful fuel rods fast enough. This right here will tell us how good we are with our percentage. This is at 100% and plutonium waste is not backing up. This is at 100%, plutonium waste is not backing up, and this one over here, 100% plutonium waste is not backing up. So these three right here, which come down and get processed into whatchamacallit, or do they get sent over? Oh, they get sent over. So everything else, nothing else seems to be backing up, which means that should all be good. Because like all this stuff is 100% as well. But I should check the other side because this is mirrored on the other side. Well, there's your problem. You see, what you got going on over here is, what the hell? Why do I have so much plutonium waste? 89%. Singularity cells seem fine. It looks like the dark matter residue. Why is the dark matter residue not pumping fast enough? Look at this, it's all jammed up. What the hell is going on? Yep, all it takes is one missing pipe. See this one right here? This was not here. This connects all the way around. And then it goes around here, goes around the back side, goes in down there, up in here, and into this big industrial fluid bin. The other side comes over, does some weird things or whatnot. comes in through this side, and then one of them splits off into two, this one and this one. The other one comes over, splits off into two, over here and over there, and that goes into the three that we have going up at the top. So why would that one pipe cause a problem? Well, see, each one of these is actually set up to be 100 per minute, so that right there is 800. Okay, not a problem. Considering I can't fit my fat butt through there, no. Considering these three, 1, 2, 3, each only take 200 per minute. The problem then becomes, if they're only taking 200, that's 600 total. It should be one fluid line. But fluids aren't that swell. Even if I had 600 coming in here, the problem is it gets tapered off too much, and it's just, if it dips underneath, it kind of causes problems, yada, yada, yada. But right now, as you can see, everything is running so much smoother. All right, back up and running. I had to mess around with a bit, but it is kind of it's evening out. It was a huge pain in the butt. I had to turn off this partial part of it so I could process through all of this, and now I'm down to 15, 4, and 3, so that should get it all gone before more waste comes into the system. Or not, who knows. This has kind of been a big pain in the butt. But you know how it goes. Gotta solve the problem before it gets any worse. Ooh, like this smoke inhalation. So I will tell you what, I've been going through trying to look in and see if there's any other issues, as well as if there's any other way to turn this down. No, I'm just kidding. If there is any other thing that I need to kind of like change up to make it look better, but I gotta say, it's good. Everything looks pretty good. The train looks good, all that kind of stuff. And I even decided to make my way all the way to the desert to check my production for, oh crap, what was I making over there? Nuclear pasta. So I'm trying to look at this from every angle. I'm trying to look at this from every little thing, and I can't see anything else that I would want to upgrade or make look better. I think it's done. You know what? Let's go back over to the desert just to be safe and make sure everything's good. And of course we can take the train over there because I don't feel like walking, and I might have deleted a few things. All right, Mr. Train, you ready? Haha! Onward and away! See this one right here? This is where photo mode really shines, because then I can just go over here to image. We'll get some bloom vignette, and of course make it vibrant, and voila! Now that is beautiful. Ooh, the hat in the background too. Glorious. Kind of wish my character was a little bit further down. You know, it'd be cool if like if you decoupled it and it would actually follow where your character was, if your character was moving, if it was in a vehicle or something, or on a belt. That's amazing. I love it. It's like a riverboat casino. Okay, let's see if everything is running good. All right, 100%. I mean, if the end result is 100% on each one, we're already set. 100%. That only has one cube in it. 100%. 25. What is up with this distribution of weird numbers? That's not good. But each one is running at 100%, so that means we are definitely making the 6 per minute that we need. So let me check my Q-Birds underneath and see how they're looking. Fused modular frames. Ooh. Where'd all my fused modular frames go? Okay, so like this one has 6. Why does one side have a different number than the other side? Nothing makes any sense in this build. But it looks like a lot of them are missing their, what do we call it? Fused modular frames. Mr. Fused modular frames, this is running at 100%. See, here's the thing. I had to fix a coal line earlier that was making steel and it was affecting the aluminum. I think that fixed this for the aluminum. Thus is why we had the problem. So what if Let's grab these up here. So if everything starts running right, all I do is I throw those in there and then come back in and take them out. It'll basically double the production, and once it fills up and gets overfull, I can just grab them back out, and then it should be able to maintain. So we'll run this for a bit, make sure everything is good, leave it for a while, check in later. Ooh. And everything should be wonderful. Well, I don't know about you, but I guess that's it. It's got to be complete at this point. Everything, the whole thing is up and running. It's giving me tons of power. Ooh, everything's running smoothly now. The whole base has been built. I think we finally completed it. That's insane. This has taken so long. Hold on. I'm confused. Or not confused, but I'm concerned. I want to look at something. All right, we'll put a pause in this. I'm gonna open up, let's see. Open up, view my channel. I don't know if I should dox myself. Whatever. It is what it is. All right, videos. Let's go in and we're gonna go back. Where is the first power plant one? 5 months ago. 5 months ago is when I started building this power plant. Jeez. It took me 5 months and a brand new update to finish this. Now, to be fair, I did build that little buddy right there. So yeah, that was about a month. So even if this took me 4 months, 4 months to build a power plant, ooh, just so I can get to 1 terawatt of power. That is insane. And the funniest part about this is you look at my consumption and it's like 160, 170. And I was telling everybody, I'm like, oh yeah, mid-tier, I need 144,000. They're like, what's mid-tier? That's crazy. And I'm using more than that right now. And there's nothing else running but this and that over there. That is nuts. Actually, you know what we need to do? Now that this line is so butterly smooth, we need to connect the one power plant with this one. We might as well. We have a little bit of time left in the video. All right, here we go. This one is using 11,000 megawatts of power to produce me 169,000. What a beautiful line. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and we're gonna go through the trees and we're gonna go up here. And don't worry, we're not going that far because over in this yonder, or whatever you want to call it, let's see, there should be right up here. It's too long. Let's put you right here. There we go. And then we'll grab you and we'll bring you over here, right? And voila. This one right here is 684,000. This one right here is 169,000. And when these powers combined, wait, was it priority? Priority. Okay. You connect to there. You connect to there. I don't know how any of this works, but once I hit this, we shall combine our powers together to produce 953 megawatts of power. Sorry, 953,000 megawatts of power. 953 gigawatts of power. We need 50,000. You know what we need? We need one last alien power augmenter. Or do we? Would this be enough? Hold on. Would this be enough? I'm testing. Let's see. Is that enough to get us to 1? Yes! So that is 1 terawatt. Okay. I need to build this somewhere else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save the ingredients, get rid of the ish and this, because I shouldn't have picked that up. I'm going to save the ingredients. I want to build something unique. I'm going to wait for the next episode, but in there, I want to make sure that I add in an alien power augmenter just for fun. That'll get us enough to be at 1 terawatt. And we know it's possible. Oh, we know it's possible. So that is good. All right, that's going to be it for me today. I got to start working on the next project, which is going to be a lot difficult. Well, a lot more difficult than this one. Though it will not take me months. It'll probably take me an episode or 2. But then we can start working on endgame because we need 2 more things before we can start. Ooh, look at this little oasis. That's nice. We need 2 more things before we start on to endgame production. Oh, I forgot how much I love photo mode. So, thank you all for joining me. Hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for the next video where we're doing something fun. All right, I'm out. Bye.